Hello, hello, hello. It's Nicole Moore from Love Works here, and I am doing a video to talk to you about the real reasons why people set a love goal and don't reach it. And if you're following me via my community, you know that I started my 7-day Attract the One challenge today. That's a challenge where each day for 7 days, I give you one step of the actual 7 steps that I took to attract in my one. But I wanted to make this video because honestly, the steps alone are not enough. Now, if you're not signed up for that challenge, go ahead. I'm going to put a link below so you can sign up. It's a free challenge. Every day you're going to be getting one of my 7 steps that I've used and I've taught other women to use to attract in the love of their life. By the way, if you're watching live, type in your name, let me know who's watching. So step 1 of the Attract the One challenge is decide, claim that you want the love of your life. Claim that you want the one. And I'm having the women in the challenge make a declaration. Say, when do I want the one by? What do I want? But here's the deal. Hey, Mira. Hey, Gail. But here's the deal. Why do some women say, I want love and get it? And some women say, I want love, and they don't get it time and time and time again. The answer is step 1 alone of the Attract the One challenge, decide you want love. Sorry guys, this is distracting me. Decide you want love, claim you want it is not enough. It is if you don't have any blocks. But most women have a lot of blocks to them getting what they want. So I want to share some of those blocks today so you can begin to identify what's actually going to get in the way. Because I'll tell you, I ran this challenge last year and women got super excited by step 1. You know, it's super fun to make a declaration. Yes, I'm going to have love. I even went in the Facebook group today and saw some women posting, I'm going to meet the love of my life in 3 months even. That's a bold declaration. And you can make a declaration like that and have it come true if you're clear. But there's a lot of factors. Hey, Liz! There's a lot of factors that determine if you're clear or not. So you have the power of your word. You have the power to declare something. Everyone has that power, but not everyone knows how to use it. So it's like this latent power inside of you. So when I say you can declare that you're going to meet the love of your life, and that starts the process, that's true. You saying, I want love, you declaring it out loud starts the process. But that's just the beginning of the process. And I want you to hear me. If you say today, I'm going to meet the love of my life in 3 months, and you are not clear of what's blocking you, it's not going to happen. So you got to make the declaration and then also get clear on what's blocking you. So here are some of the most common blocks. The first one is belief. When you say, I'm going to meet the love of my life in a year, I'm going to meet the love of my life in 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is that you're declaring, get real with yourself. How much do you actually believe it? Are you relating to that statement as absolute truth and fact? And you can just know, just check in with yourself right now. Do you look at that as there is no way this isn't happening? If somebody told you it wasn't happening, would you laugh in their face? Or do you have a lack of belief? Most women have a lack of belief, and that's a big reason why it's not happening. Where does lack of belief come from? Well, it comes from looking at the past for most women. So they say, I want love, but how many times have you actually said you want love? And it hasn't happened. And all those times that it hasn't happened are in the back of your system. And so when you say something like, I want it, your mind goes, nope, you asked for it before. You asked for it before. It's not going to happen. You asked for it before. So there's all this stuff in the back of our heads. Your mind goes, wait, you said you wanted it, but you had this bad experience and this bad experience. Wait, you said you wanted it, but you've been single forever. It hasn't happened yet. So the statement, I declare that I will have love, let's just say a year. I declare that I will have love in a year. That has some power. But do the other things in your mind have more power? If we're going to take, I declare I'll have love in a year, okay? It's one statement. It has the potential to bring you there. But is there all this other stuff like, well, it hasn't happened yet, but the past. But, you know, this is what my ex did, but I thought I found the one and it didn't work out. Which ones have more weight? Just do it. Feel it now. And what you're probably going to notice is that all the other ones have more weight. So that's what stops you from actually having it be true. So when I say in step 1 of the Attract One Challenge, draw a line in the sand, what you have to do is actually believe it with all of your fiber and all of your being. So ask yourself, am I believing my words to myself? When I make a declaration, do I think it's going to happen? Or do I get excited for a day? And then something gets in the way and then it doesn't happen, okay? That's block number 1. Now, belief is a really hard block to shift on your own. It's almost impossible to shift your own beliefs on your own because the power of all the thoughts you've been thinking over and over and over and over and over again are so strong. So thoughts are like magnets. The more times you think one particular thought, the more strong that thought gets, the more experiences you draw to you. So if you've been thinking forever, I've been single for so long, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Where is he? Where is he? It hasn't happened yet. Where is he? It hasn't happened yet, for example. Or what's wrong with me that I'm single? Everyone else is finding love. What's wrong with me? Or I'm never going to find it. If you've been thinking those thoughts over and over and over and over again, that is a powerful magnet and it keeps drawing to you the experience of being single. So if today, on day 1 of the Attraction Factor Challenge, you make a bold declaration, I'm going to have the love of my life in a year, in 3 months. Can you feel how it's just not as strong as all the other stuff? So it's really hard to shift your beliefs on your own. So if you don't know how to shift your beliefs on your own, then, message me, shoot me an email. I'm going to put a link to actually get on the phone with my team, like get some help, because it's incredibly hard to shift those limiting beliefs on your own. And that is block number 1. So the second block is actually commitment. So when you say, I'm going to declare the love of my life, are you committed to making that true in your mind, in your mindset? Or do you say it today and then keep on thinking all the other thoughts? So most women, what happens is they'll say something like, I'm going to find the love of my life. And they'll be excited about it. But then they're not committed to making that phrase be the reality. They're more committed to all the other thoughts. So if you're going to make this happen, it's not just the declaration. So when I said I was going to meet the love of my life, I declared it, but I back that up with a lot of action, a lot of changing my thoughts, a lot of changing my energy, a lot of changing what I was doing. So I didn't just say it, I lived it. So I want you to ask yourself this question. When you make a bold declaration in your love life, do you actually become the woman who's going to make it happen? Do you live that? Do you know what to do to make that happen? Because saying I want love is just one piece of the puzzle. It's the first step. You've got to declare it. You've got to get on board. That kind of starts the energy. But there's a version of you that's actually a match for the one, the kind of man that you want. You can manifest a crappy man all day long. You can even manifest a great guy that's not right for you all day long. But to attract the one, what you're saying is, out of everyone in the world, out of the billions of people in the world, I want to attract my perfect match. So I don't know what the probability is on that, but it's 1 out of whatever, billions of people. How do you actually do that? How do you bring that person in your life? It requires a level of mental focus. It requires you holding your energy in a certain way. It requires you taking certain actions. It's not just saying, I'm going to make the love of my life in 3 months. Now, don't get me wrong. I want you to do that step today because that's an important step. But what I want to stress on this video is don't do this challenge thinking that that's all you have to do, because you're going to get to next year and you're not going to have the one. And obviously you're doing this because you want to have the one. So you have to make the declaration, and then you have to ask yourself, who is the woman who is living this as truth? Who is the woman who is living this as truth, and what is she doing differently than me? So for example, let's say you declare that you're going to meet the one, okay? And you realize that the version of you who's living that has a lot of self-confidence. She's feminine, she's in her feminine energy. She is committed and consistent. She's doing a lot of self-care. She knows how to communicate with men. She knows how to relate with men. She's flirty, she's fun, whatever. Say you say that. Then you have to go be that. And what a lot of women do is they'll say, I want something, but then they don't actually change themselves into the woman who can receive it. And then you're not getting it, and you're not getting it. And what happens when you don't get it? Your belief, the first thing I said, starts to go in the wrong direction. Meaning, if you have a long time of wanting love and not getting it, you have a lot of belief that you're not going to have it. And you can have it if you shift your being. So here's the bold, honest truth. If you don't have what you want in your love life, but in any other area of your life, then you are most likely not operating as the woman who can receive it. There's something in the way, in your mindset, in your energy, or in your heart. And if you don't clear that, you're going to say, I want love, but it's not going to happen. So you absolutely 100% have to be clear about what's blocking you. Because once you get that, then you can learn the right steps to shift that. And then you can say, I want something, and make it happen. So you have the power to declare what you want in your life. But, you know, this is how Jesus, for example, said something is going to happen. I'm going to heal this blind man, and it happened. Absolute faith. Absolute belief, nothing in the way. Most people don't have nothing in the way of their word. That's why it doesn't manifest. So we all have the power to have our word become a powerful declaration that creates. And in fact, I got to the point in my own love life, this is the true, honestly true. I would say, I want a man to take me on a beach vacation. 2 weeks later, that's happening. I would say, I want a man to send me roses. 2 weeks later, that was happening. What I said I wanted started happening very, very, very rapidly. So when I said, I want to meet the one, it happened. The reason that it happened was because I cleared the blocks in the way. So I became a clear channel that when I spoke my desires into reality, they happened. How I did that? Clearing my limiting beliefs, anything in the way of me 100% believing that what I wanted was a possibility for me, deserving. Clearing anything that was in the way of me feeling like I didn't deserve what I said I wanted. And then being fiercely, obsessively committed to being the woman who could receive what I wanted. So I changed myself. So for example, I had to let go of everything that was in the way. Even at one point I got to this point where I'm like, I love my life and I was single, but I literally would sit in my apartment in New York City and I would be beaming with happiness for no reason. Like I really worked on my mental state. And so I was beaming with happiness for no reason. And then I had a little thought in the back of my head that was, okay, I've cleared a lot of stuff, but now I'm worried that my amazing life is going to be messed up by a man. And those little things in the way in your mindset mess with your manifestation. So you've got to be clear. When you get clear, you become the kind of woman that can speak something into reality and make it happen. If you are not clear on what your blocks are, I want you to click, I'm going to put a link below, and you can get on the phone with a member of my team. So my schedule, you guys, and the client load that I have, it prevents me from actually being able to get on the phone with women now in my community for free. So that's not happening anymore. If you've been following me for a while, if you've done calls with me, you might see that happening. You might have seen that happen. It's not happening anymore. However, you can get on the phone with one of my coaches and they will actually help you. They'll take you through my love alignment assessment. So it's my way of helping you see exactly where your blocks are. You will become crystal clear. This assessment is amazing. It is the fastest way to actually tell what's in the way in your love life. And then you'll know what to work on next. So your word becomes your reality. Click the link below to grab one of those calls. Holly, hi Holly, saying, yes, I think that sometimes that having someone else around will mess things up. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say on this video, you guys, is you don't realize the weight of those thoughts. So your desire, I want to meet the love of my life. That's one thought, that's one possibility. Are you charging that one up completely? Or are you letting all the other thoughts have weight? Because if you say I want to meet the love of my life, but then you have in the back of your head, well, maybe it'll mess up my life. Well, it hasn't happened yet. Well, maybe I'm not attractive enough, thin enough, smart enough, Well, maybe I'm not far enough along in my business. Well, you know, my ex did this and I'm afraid. Like, all of those things have so much weight. So what you're doing is, here's the little desire, and then here's a desire, but then, no, the opposite way. The limiting beliefs are weighing so much more. So saying what you want is one thing. Getting clear is how it actually happens. If you are not clear on how to get clear, I'm going to put a link below so you can absolutely get clear, because if you don't get clear, you're going to do this challenge and the steps are not going to work for you, okay? I just want to be honest on the upfront, because last year I had a lot of women getting like crazy high with declaring what they wanted, but then it didn't happen for them, and this is the reason why. So this year I'm doing the challenge differently, where I'm actually not only sharing the steps, but I'm sharing what can block you from the steps working. I'm focusing on resting assured that I'll adjust and my man will fit into my life. Yeah, because Holly, what that does is you have, I'm going to meet the love of my life. And you've got to build that and build that and build that and build that. So instead of, you know, my life is going to be ruined by a man, it's not. You guys, your life is only going to be amplified by the right man in your life. I tripled my business. I know, Holly, you're an entrepreneur. I tripled my business, you guys. So to give you an idea of how much money that is, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because I was already at 6 figures before I met Mike. And then I tripled it, hundreds of thousands of dollars that I made more because of the right man in my life. You know, we moved into an even nicer home with an even better beach view. I have someone to cook with me now, which is, cooking is one of my passions, and we cook on Sundays together and we have an amazing time. I have someone to go to restaurants with. I have someone to travel with. I mean, I have a baby now. Your life gets better with the right one. Does it get better when you have not the right one? No. But with the right man, everything in your life gets better, and that's where you want to go. And that's what I want you to focus on. So step 1 is declaring. By the way, again, if you don't have the 7-day Attract the One challenge, I'm also posting that link below so you can jump in the challenge. Step 1 is decide. Step 1 is say what you want. But then you've got to be the woman whose word creates. And that's a very, very, very rare kind of woman. The honest truth, you guys, is I worked for years and years and years and years at becoming the kind of woman who had power to create, at becoming the kind of woman that could say, and I've not just done this with love, I'd also do it with business. Like, I'll say, oh, I want to, or money, literally, I'll say, I want to create something, and I'll create like $20,000 in 2 days. Not even kidding you, just by the power of my word. I did that because of clearing the blocks. Chris is saying, I had a call with Jessica. Yeah, so also, you guys, if you've already had a call with a member of my team, please don't book another call again. That's just because, you know, we only have so much space, and there's literally a lot of women in my community. So if you've already done a call, don't book a call again. The assessment is a way for my team to help you get super clear right away on what is blocking you. Because like I said, what's blocking you is going to make your word not create. So when you read stuff like, you know, the Secret Daily Teachings or all that stuff that's telling you, or Abraham Hicks, you have the power, you have the power, you have the power. You do have the power. Everyone has the power. But are you being that rare woman that actually knows how to harness that power and use it? Or is your word going out there and not actually creating what you want? If it's not, you've got to clear the blocks, because when those blocks block your power. So the power is within you, but it's got to get out and go and create. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for step number 2 of the Attraction Factor Challenge. And I'm also going to be sharing, again, every day, what is the block that's going to get in the way of that step working for you. Sending you all lots and lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow.